Known as the King of Pop, Michael Jackson was a best-selling American singer, songwriter and dancer. As a child, Jackson became the lead singer of his family's popular Motown group, the Jackson 5. He went on to a solo career of astonishing worldwide success, delivering #1 hits from the albums Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad. In his later years, Jackson was dogged by allegations of child molestation. The Jackson 5 moved on to working as the opening act for such R&B artists as Gladys Knight and the Pips, James Brown, and Sam and Dave. Many of these performers were signed to the legendary Motown record label, and the Jackson 5 eventually caught the attention of Motown founder Berry Gordy. Impressed by the group, Gordy signed them to his label in early 1969. Jackson and his brothers moved to Los Angeles, where they lived with Gordy and with Diana Ross of the Supremes as they got settled. The Jackson 5 was introduced to the music industry at a special event in August 1969, and the group later opened for the Supremes. For several years, Jackson and the Jackson 5 maintained a busy tour and recording schedule, under the supervision of Gordy and his Motown staff. The group became so popular that they even had their own self-titled cartoon show, which ran from 1971 to 1972. At the same time, Jackson launched his solo career. Now calling themselves the Jacksons, the group signed a new recording deal with Epic Records. By the release of their third album for the label, 1978's Destiny, the brothers had emerged as talented songwriters. The overwhelmingly positive response to Jackson's 1979 solo album Off the Wall helped the Jacksons as a group. Triumph, 1980, sold more than 1 million copies, and the brothers went on an extensive tour to support the recording. At the same time, Jackson continued exploring more ways to branch out on his own. On a 1983 television special honoring Motown, Jackson performed his #1 hit Billie Jean and debuted his soon-to-be famous dance move, the moonwalk. Jackson, a veteran performer by this time, created this step himself and choreographed the dance sequences for the video of the album's other #1 hit, Beat It. In 1991, Jackson released Dangerous, featuring the hit Black or White. The video for this song, directed by Landis, included an appearance by child star Macaulay Culkin. In the video's final minutes, Jackson caused some controversy with his sexual gesturing and violent actions. Many were surprised to see the Peter Pan-like Jackson act in this manner. Jackson's musical career began to decline with a lukewarm reception to 1995's H.I. Story, Past, Present, and Future, Book I, which featured some of his earlier hits as well as new material. The record spawned 2 hits, You Are Not Alone and his duet with sister Janet, Scream. Jackson returned to the studio to put together Invincible, 2001, his first full album of new material in a decade. Jackson's debts have been settled thanks to his earlier investment in the Sony/ATV music catalog, which includes the publishing rights for songs of such industry heavyweights as the Beatles, the Rolling Stones and Taylor Swift. The Jackson estate sold its share of Sony/ATV in 2016 for $750 million, and 2 years later the estate received another $287.5 million for its stake in EMI Music Publishing. He died in 2009 at age 50 of a drug overdose just before launching a comeback tour.